Welcome back to Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful 3D applique. So here you can see I'm bending it to my taste and my design. So I have my copper wire in there so I can actually design and stitch this to my dress accordingly. So to start off this tutorial, you need organza fabric. So you need a matching organza fabric, hemming gum or hemming glue. You need your copper wire. You can see the copper wire is 0.7 mm. So you need a 0.7 mm, a stronger copper wire so it will be able to stick. You need your uhu gum, your cup chain, you can even bead, and your crinoline mesh or bobbin net mesh. Okay, so these are the materials you need. So now the first thing I will do is to cut out my crinoline mesh and place my hemming gum on top of them. So if you have the bigger hemming gum, fine and good. We have a bigger one, you can place it. If you don't have, you can use what you have. It's still the same process. So here you can see me placing them in layers on the crinoline mesh or bobbin net felt. Okay, so but it's known as crinoline mesh in the local market. So I will keep placing them till I cover the area of bobbin net I cut out. I just cut out half of quarter a yard, so it depends on how many designs, flower designs you want to make. So after placing it, I'll just go ahead to iron right now. So I'm going to place my organza fabric on top of it, only one single layer, and I'll bring in my steam iron. So if you don't have a steam iron, you can use a piece of fabric with steam on it. You can see what I'm doing right there. So if you have a steam iron, you still need a piece of fabric to lay on top of it to iron this effectively. So I'll make sure I cover all the areas I have my crinoline mesh. So here you can see I'm done. So I'll turn the other part of the crinoline mesh and lay my hemming gum. So what I'm actually doing is repeating the same process I did for the other face. So here I'm done. I'll also lay my organza fabric on it, and then my piece of fabric on top of it with steam. So I'll also take my time and iron properly. Please make sure you iron all the parts of this hemming gum on the crinoline mesh, okay, so it does not peel off at the end of the exercise. So here you can see what I have. So I'll quickly go ahead and cut out the sides of the organza mesh. So you can actually use a half yard of organza or 1 yard depending on how many designs of flower 3D you want to make. So after that, we want to start constructing, bringing out the pattern of this flower. So I'm just folding my paper like I want to make a circle, and the radius of this circle, I'm going to pick it at 3 inches. You can even make 2 inches, 4 inches. It depends on how bold. You can even make them not to be equal, maybe different circles, and design them. It's just your creativity and your design. So here is my circle, and I'm going to mark out the cardinal points of my circle. So after marking out the cardinal points of my circle, I'm going to take the measurement of each quarter. So each quarter gave me 4.5. So that means that 4.5 times 4 quarter will give us 18. So these 18 inches, I'm going to make 5 sections. I'll divide 18 by 5. So I have 3.6. So this 3.6, I will start from one cardinal point to measure the 3.6, but I will use 3.5 because 3.6 is the same with 3.5. So I'll keep marking 3.5. You can see as I mark, I make their numbers. So I'm marking 3.5, 3.5 like that. So what I have here now is bigger, okay, that is from this section I measure 3.5. So what I have, okay, so I have it complete. Of course one will be bigger than the other because the excess of I have. So now I'll just go in by marking diagonally on those marks I made, the 3.5 marks I made. Then I'll mark 1.25, 1.25 on the cardinal points I made, 1.25, 1.25. So after coming in by 1.25 with those diagonals, I'll come out again by 0.5 and connect the 1.25, 0.5 and connect. So you can see I'm actually making the flower design right now. So the 0.5 I'll connect it to the 1.25 following the flower shape. So just look at what I'm doing. You'll be able to do what I'm doing. 0.5, 0.5, then I'll connect from 1.25. I'll mark from the cardinal point 0.5, 0.5 and connect. So later I'll now blend my flower. So can you see I have my beautiful flower? So this flower must not be the same pattern. You can make it different pattern. Just be creative with it. You can even make it 4 pieces if you cannot be able to make the 5 pieces. But with this pattern, I just used to create this pattern, this flower. You can make it yourself. So I'll keep cutting inside and outside, cutting off those excesses to create my flower. So here is my flower. I'll just blend them on their points that are squared. I'll just make them a beautiful flower shape. So here is my flower. I'm going to fold my crinoline mesh with organza into 4. Okay, so I want 4 pieces for it. So I'll just place it into 4. Then I'll start cutting around the shapes. But I'll first of all pin it. Please try and secure with your pin, although it's going to be very thick, but if you can secure with your pin, fine. So if you cannot cut this 4 pieces, because my scissors is actually a very strong one, that's why I'm cutting the 4 pieces at once. You can even cut one, but it's going to take your time anyway. So I'll just cut round it so it will be easy for me to go in and out of these flowers. So here I'll just cut, as you can see. So now I'll start going in and out of the flowers. I'll just take my time and go in and out of the flowers. Please make sure you take the shape of this flower very neatly, because if you don't, the shape of the flower will not come out, and the purpose of the pattern is also forfeited. So here I'll keep going in and out, take my time till I cut all the pieces or all the unnecessary parts. So after cutting out the unnecessary parts, you can see what I have right now. My beautiful flower is beautiful and ready. So I'll just take off the pattern off it because we've actually gotten what we want. So like I said, 4 pieces is what I created. So we'll start to embellish this. So I'm using my copper wire with my copper cutter. Please make sure you have a cutter for your copper cutter. You can place it, this is just to make it bend up and down like you saw at the beginning of this video. So I can even cut as many pieces as possible, but I'm using 2. I'm just crossing 2. So I'll use my uhu gum now. Uhu gum is a very good gum. Honestly, I use it often and it sticks very well without issues. So I'll advise you, if you can get uhu gum, fine and good. Just paste it along the area where you want to paste your copper wire. So that's what I'm doing now. So once you paste it, please hold it a little bit. Hold it for some minutes, okay? So I'm just holding it for some minutes so that it sticks for me. And please be careful you don't mess up this project, because the gum can actually, so I'll pass the other one under. You can see me passing it under so that the one on top can hold it firmly. So once I pass it under on the gum, the next I'll do is to bring in my organza just to cover the copper wire. I don't want it to be on top, so I'll just use my uhu gum at the edges. I'm using it at the edges to make sure it sticks. So make sure you rub this on all the edges so that it sticks, the organza sticks very well and permanently. So that is exactly what I did right now. So I'm laying it on the part of the copper wire because I just want to cover the copper wire. So I will now go ahead to cut the shape again. So I'm done cutting, as you can see. So it has stuck and it's beautiful. So I'm just trying to also paste on the parts that did not get the gum. So the next is to start embellishing. So at this point you can use your cup chain. So you use your cup chain to design, or you can even bead on it. So but here I don't have the time to start beading, so but you have to allow it to stick very well if you are beading on it. So I'll just use my cup chain and cut them in pieces of different sizes. So I will stick the cup chain, or you can stick on the pieces, that's on the flower patch, and then stick your cup chain. So anyone you want to do, all we are doing is to make sure we stick the cup chain. So make sure the cup chain is stuck on top, at least to cover the copper wire. Okay, and if you are beading, just bead by the parts to cover that copper wire that is coming out. So that's what I did exactly. So you can see what I have is looking beautiful. But at the end of the day, we will also paste our gum on the edges and stick our copper wire. Okay, so just to finish up the design to look as beautiful as it is. So you can use cup chain, or you can also use any applique of your choice. Anything that will stick and look beautiful is good, fine and good. So but for me, I'll keep sticking and cutting. Once I get to that point, I'll use my copper cutter and cut it, so that I'll be able to start another one. So I'll start from another point. I'll also go around it. I have my gum there and it's almost sticking for me, as you can see. So once I get to the point, so that is what I'll keep doing, like that till I finish the whole project. So like I said, you can do anything, but at least you have an idea how to go about this beautiful flower 3D patch. So I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial. So if you are new to this channel, I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel and share this video to family and friends. So I'll just cut out the sides with my scissors. Okay, the sides that I think I'm seeing some rough organza edges, I'll just trim them off. Okay, so that it looks neat and professional. So I'm going to repeat the same process for the rest of them. So if you have watched to this end, why not subscribe and turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. I encourage you to like this video and share to family and friends. So below we have a WhatsApp group. You can also join Simrite Fashion Academy WhatsApp group, and we have our Telegram classes as well. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class. Bye.